Hello everyone, welcome back to the Chess Corner 64. Coach Tisoy here. Hope you guys are having a great day. In today's video, we will talk about the most powerful piece on the board, the Queen. Queen endings are one of the most complicated and difficult endgames to play. Unlike the rooks, bishops, or knight, Queen endings, because of her powerful character, can take up and control key squares and rule the whole board. Here, tactics, combinations, and mating attacks are the predominant factor that needs long hours of study and painstaking research, making her a class by herself. Thus, I call this video the Rose Among the Thorns. In this regard class, I'm gonna divide our long lessons into several parts or make several videos to cover the entire theory of Queen endings to give you the necessary knowledge and skills that you can apply into your own games. Let's begin our study with our first topic, which is a queen versus one pawn. This is the position with white to move. Here, the black's only chance to save the game is if his pawn is on the 7th, threatening to promote, and his king is right next to it, like this one on the board. If the white queen manages to get in front of the pawn to blockade it, then he will win. The white king can approach and help his queen. Let me show you. Queen f7 check, king g2, queen e6, king f2, queen f5 check, king g2, queen e4 check, king f2, queen f4 check, king g2, queen e3, king f1, queen f3 check, king e8 forced, king c6, king d2, queen f2, king d1, queen d4 check, king c2, queen e3, king d1, queen d3 check, king e1, king to d5, king f2, queen to d2, king f1, queen f4 check, king g2, queen e3, king f1, queen f3 check, king e1, king d4, king d2, queen to f2, king d1, king d3, e1 queen, queen c2, and mate. Now let's look for exemptions. This is the position, guys. The zigzag maneuver will not be successful against a bishop pawn or a rook pawn because black has a stalemate defense here. Let's see. Queen g3 check. The reply is king h1. Since queen takes pawn is stalemate, white cannot gain the necessary tempo for the approach of his king. Now let's put the bishop pawn on h2 with this similar position. Queen g3 check, king h1. White must release the black king to avoid stalemate. Now let's see the exemptions to these draws. When the white king is next to the scene of action or near the scene of action and can set up a mating position after the pawn has queen. Let's see. White to move here and place king b6, king b2, king c5 discover check, king c2. Best if king a1, then king b4 wins. Let's proceed. Queen e4 check, king b2, queen e2 check, king b1, king c4, a1 queen, king b3, the point. Now, queen to d4. The trouble is that black has no check. Queen to e1 check and mate next move. Let's see a similar mating positions with a bishop pawn. Here, white to play, and the king must be prevented from getting to the queen side. Let's go. Queen to b3, king d2, queen to b2, king d1, king f3, king d2, king f2, king d1, queen b4 check, king c1, queen b4, king d1, queen e1, and mate. Let us look at another example. White to play here and wins. Queen h8 check, king a2, queen to h2, king b2, queen d2, king b1, king b3, queen or c1 queen, queen a2 check and mate. If the pawn is not yet on the 7th, white will always win because there is no stalemate threat. Let's see a case with a bishop pawn. This is the position. Black to move, king g2, queen to g4, check, king f2, king b7, king e3, king c6, f2, queen d1, king f4, queen f1 wins. Now the case of a rook pawn is even more simpler. This is the position. White to play and wins. Queen to e2 check, king g1, queen to g4 check, king h2, king b7, king h1, queen takes h3, wins. Okay guys, we have completed our first topic about queen endings, which is the queen versus one pawn. We will proceed to our next topic on my next video, in which I will cover the queen versus two pawns this time. Meanwhile, I'd like you to be familiar and study what we've learned today and apply it into your own games. Let us summarize the lessons we learned today. Number 1, the bishop pawn and rook pawn on the birds of promotion can draw against a queen, especially when the white king is far away by using stalemate ideas. Number 2, zigzag maneuver to prevent the opponent from queening and gaining the necessary tempo for the approach of the king to help and win. Let us now proceed with our puzzle portion. But before that, let's move on first to our solution of our last video's puzzle. The key move is this is the position with white to move and mate in 3 moves. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. If you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you for your time watching. This is Coach Tisoy signing off.